Thanks for joining us for another edition of The Small Business Show with Jim Fitzpatrick, exclusively on ASBN.com.
Hey everyone, Jim Fitzpatrick. Thanks so much for joining me for another episode of The Small Business Show, exclusively right here at ASBN.com. Some of the most inspiring entrepreneurs come from creative backgrounds, artists, musicians, and makers who turned their passion into a thriving business. Today, we are joined by one such individual that we're so happy to have with us once again on the show, which is Jacob Light. He's founder of ModernTone Studios, a full-service music school and recording facility in Lafayette, California. Thank you so much, Jacob, for taking the time out of your busy schedule there to join us on the show.
Of course, Jim. Thanks so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Sure. So first of all, tell us a little bit about ModernTone Studios and what led you to creating this to begin with.
ModernTone is a very unique music studio. So when you say music studio, it can mean a bunch of different things. We're very unique in the sense that we have a recording and production arm. So like you said, it's a full service recording studio where we make records in audiobooks and podcasts and singles and, anything from instrumental music to rock to, anything that you can imagine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we also have a full-on music academy with a phenomenal team of 10 professional musicians who teach people of all ages and show them how to be excited about music, right? So it's a very unique kind of business, and both parts of it just make the other better. They just build each other up, and it's really exciting to do it.
That is so cool. I would imagine you're a musician yourself.
A lifelong, yes. I've been playing music my entire life.
Wow.
I've been a professional musician, playing in bands and making records since I was 14. And I can't imagine doing anything else.
That's fantastic. So many creative entrepreneurs struggle to balance their craft with with the realities of running a company. How do you learn to shift your mindset from artist to business owner without losing your creative spark?
I'll let you know as soon as I figure it out. Well, I think that's a tough one. Well, I'll say this. I think that I structured the business in a way that would enable the creative side, right? For example, I surround myself with extremely talented people, way more talented than I am, that inspire me on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I put talented people in charge of things like logistics or scheduling or running like the more businessy side of thing. So when I'm doing the creative side, I can have peace of mind to know that the business is running smoothly, so I can be just a creative. And then whenever I'm running the business and other folks are handling like the creative side, I know that they're talented enough and they're good enough to know that I can focus on the business and I don't need to worry about the creative side. So I guess it's a combination of a lot of determination, but mostly being able to surround yourself with extraordinary people that will make your life as an entrepreneur so much better and enable you to focus on either the business side or the creative side whenever you're needed in either of them.
That's fantastic. Now, this is not a cheap business to get started or to get into. Obviously, you're sitting there in front of some very, very expensive and sophisticated equipment. When you first decided to open this up, what do you do to get all of this funded?
Well, I think that the first thing as an entrepreneur, I think that my first thought was I want it all, right? Like, and I designed kind of this dream business, and then realized, I can't afford this, right? So, but seriously, the way I did is to build it incrementally. So first of all, as a lifelong musician, I've been accumulating equipment and instruments my entire life.
Okay.
Right. So it's not like you're starting from scratch.
Okay.
With that. But I think it was incremental. So like I said, in my 20s, I played in bands and made records and taught. And as you do it, you kind of get a feel. You get a feel for it. So I wasn't a stranger to this business. I've also been in hundreds of different studios around the world. So I've seen what it takes to run a studio, and I've been studying music my entire life. So I know what a well-run music academy looks like. So I kind of have a vision for that. In terms of funding, I think that in my case, it kind of went from being a solopreneur and transitioning to being an entrepreneur and having a business. And that transition was very painful and a lot more demanding than I thought it would be.
Sure.
In short, to answer your question, the funding came from family, a lot of savings, some debt, and a lot of faith that what I'm doing is actually going to pan out.
Right, right. Now, how do you, obviously when you open up a business like this, it's not to say that there's no competition out there already doing a similar program. How are you confident enough to say, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to be able to garner the kind of clientele that I need to be able to get my bills paid? Because there's got to be other studios out there, right?
So, fun fact: there are 3 other music schools within a mile radius.
Ah, there you go. That's
probably 20 more if you expand out to about 5 or 10 miles.
Oh my God!
So
Wow.
there's tons of music around here,
Okay.
right? We're just very. First of all, I believe that if you set out to do something that you truly believe in,
Yeah.
and is a labor of love, and you're all about giving people your best,
Yeah.
then it's very difficult to fail, right? Like if you're really honest about it. But from a business perspective, just differentiating, right? A lot of music schools around us are either more of a conservatory type of deal,
Okay.
or they're geared mostly for younger children, both of which are fantastic, right?
Okay.
Like the more music, the better. We're a little bit different in the sense that we are all professional musicians who perform and tour and make records for a living,
Okay.
and we all take 2, 3, 4 days out of our schedule per week to teach others how to do that. So that means that we work a lot with adults, a lot with older teens, a lot with people who are looking to become professionals. And when you come and learn from us, we teach you how to get to where you want to go, and learn music by learning the kind of music that you're truly interested in, right?
Okay.
Like we custom fit a curriculum because we've done it for ourselves,
Gotcha.
right? It's a very, very different model than everyone else. So that's the Music Academy side of things. With the recording side of things, again, I just decided to do something that's very different.
Okay.
There are phenomenal recording studios in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Phenomenal, right? It's if you haven't checked them out, any musician out there, highly recommended.
Yeah.
And most of the recording studios, you book them by the day. You call them up and say, "Hey, when can I come in?" You book the day, you pay it a little bit like a fancy hotel,
Right.
and you go in there and you do your thing. We don't really do that. The way we approach it is a little bit more like an architect or a construction company, right? You show us what is it you want to do, where you're at, what songs you have, where you want to go,
Okay.
and we'll build the project around you. We'll hire musicians.
Oh,
we'll build
okay. Yeah, you're a little more full service.
Exactly. We'll
Yeah.
pair you up with a producer who understands what it is that you want to do, and
Right.
we'll set you up for success, which again is different, not better or worse, just different
Yeah.
than what of these other music studios are doing. So
Sure.
we differentiate ourselves, and we do everything with a lot of intent and love, and set people up for success.
Right, right. And you're a great area of the country for creative types, right? I mean, if you're in the Bay
Agreed.
Area, there's got to be, just a ton of people to work with in that area, right? That have written songs that want to be on air, that need a recording studio like this, especially a full service one where they, a songwriter or a singer or what have you goes, that's what I do, but I don't know all the other aspects of the business, which is where you come in.
Exactly. So the San Francisco Bay Area is beautiful, and like you said, we're lucky to have phenomenal creatives and
Sure.
artists and bands and songwriters.
Yeah.
But even in that department, we're a little bit different because we're in a more suburban area of the Bay Area, more a
Okay.
suburban area of the East Bay, not really in the heart of San Francisco.
Okay.
Which makes it even more unique because this side of the tunnel, or this side of the Bay Area, doesn't have as many studios.
Ah, okay.
And we're lucky to have people come to us from all over, including San Francisco and Oakland and Berkeley and
Sure.
from all over. But for this huge community that lives in this area, about, I would say, 15 to 20 miles east of San Francisco, there isn't really a studio like this.
Okay.
And when I started when I moved here with my wife and I started, getting into the music scene here, it shocked me. It shocked me that I have to go across the bridge just to have a recording session. It just seemed
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. No longer.
No longer.
No longer.
It's been, 8 years and counting.
Wow, that is fantastic. 8 years. That is incredible. What advice would you have there as a successful entrepreneur that really came up by your own bootstraps, as they say, and I'm sure you ran into some challenges, overcame them. You've been through it all. You've seen it all as an entrepreneur over the last 8 years. What advice would you have for the thousands of entrepreneurs that are listening to us today? What advice would you have for them as they start to set out and start their own businesses?
don't do it alone.
Don't do it
Surround
alone.
yourself with the best possible people you can.
Yeah.
Make sure that you pay them before you pay yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that they're taken care of, that they feel appreciated, that they feel challenged, and that they believe their goals are aligned with yours.
Yeah.
Once I realize once you do that, everything else just kind of falls into place.
Right.
I will also say that having a very high awareness of what your clients want and how to serve your clients in a wholehearted way goes a long way as well.
Sure.
And be very, very, very mindful about this this kind of dance between giving them everything and setting healthy boundaries.
Yeah. I would imagine. Yeah, you gotta know when to say no in many circumstances. But I'm sure that your clients appreciate all your expertise in the field, and because of your background in music and production, man, that goes a long way with somebody that really wants to get a song produced in the right way, right?
I hope so.
Yeah.
It takes a village. It really does. Like making a record is really, really difficult. I gave that construction company example earlier.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like that, right?
Yeah.
Like you come to me and you say, hey, I want to build this house. I don't know how houses get built. I just know that I have this vision in my head and I know exactly what I like. Can you make it happen? Right? If I respond to you with words like, framing and drywall and things of that nature, you might start losing me, right? Like you're not interested in learning construction. You're interested in having your dream house, right? And that's kind of what we do, right? Like we're happy to get detailed with it, right? But what we say is like, I see where you're at. I understand your vision. Here's exactly how we get there.
Yeah.
Exactly how we get there. And not only
full blueprint.
Exactly. Unlike construction, we can make the process really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun and really creative, and kind of show you exactly how how the sausage is made in a fun and inspiring way, and show you like in a construction project there's all these crazy decisions that you got to make, right? In a recording session or the production of a record, there's all these creative decisions that have to make, but because there's always people there to guide you, you always know that you're making the best possible decision. And by showing you all the options and narrowing it down for you, saying, hey, here's everything that's possible. Here's what we think should happen. Here's what your vision needs. Let's build this together. We end up with something that wasn't only just fun and inspiring to create, but something that you're really proud of and feels like you.
Yeah.
And not to say that other ways of making a record are good or bad. Like there are no bad ways of creating art, but there's something so personal and so fulfilling by going through this process, surrounded by a bunch of people who want nothing more than to see you succeed and have skin in the game. Right? They've listened to the demos, they played on the record, they help you get to where you're at, and by the time you get to release day, you've got all these people behind you that are invested in making sure that you go out there with the best possible record.
Yeah, isn't that wow? That's so encouraging and so inspiring on so many levels. Where's the company in 5 years from now?
Wow. Well, I really love my life, and I really love my day to day, and I feel my staff feels the same way. Like we're fortunate to be very, very booked. We're fortunate to have this beautiful studio, and everything is going great. So if nothing changes in 5 years, and you ask me that again, I'll probably be okay. Like I wouldn't mind doing this for the next 50 years.
That's fantastic.
Having said that, I would like more of what we do. I would like bigger facilities, being able to work with more records. I would love to have an even bigger staff, and I would love to go into other aspects of music. Like for the last few months, we've been getting into artist development and helping people make sure that they register their songs and get their royalties.
Oh wow! Very good point.
And start lining up gigs, and that session musicians get paid for their work even after they've laid it on the record. So as it's gets played and it gets on playlists, and helping educating musicians about the business side of things. So that's something I'm really invested in. And I would love to invest more in. We've started building communities of musicians. We have this band program where we take a band and nurture them and show them how to get into that cycle of writing, recording, performing, writing, recording, performing. And I would love to do more of that. So if we're in the same spot we're at right now in 5 years, I'll be extremely happy. But I would also love to be able to do a lot more of what we do at the moment and just touch more lives with music and mentorship around music.
Wow, that is incredible. A very inspiring Jacob Light, owner of ModernTone Studios in California. Thank you so much for spending so much time with us here at the show. We very much appreciate it. Best of luck to you in the future. I want to keep you here in my phone because I want to give you a call in the next year or so and follow your success, see how you're doing. I have no doubt that you're going to have bigger studios and a much deeper list of successful clients out there. So keep doing what you're doing. We love it. Thanks so much.
Thanks so much, Jim. I really appreciate it, especially coming from you, and I'll be more than happy to come back anytime.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of The Small Business Show with Jim Fitzpatrick, exclusively on ASBN.com.